Hi, I'm Kimberly Allison from Starliner Music. Welcome to my channel. Today in Fingerboard Geometry, we're going to look at the CAGED dominant 7th chord arpeggio. First, we'll look at some fingerings and then we'll do some exercises. Here we go. I hope you enjoy it. All right, let's break down CAGED dominant 7th chord arpeggios. The formula for a dominant 7th arpeggio is root, 3rd, 5th, and flat 7. So this is like a major triad with a minor 7th added. So the minor 7 also being called a flat 7. You might want to review my CAGED videos on the major triad and the minor 7th because this will be a combination of both of those. The dominant 7th chord is represented with a root letter and then a 7th after it. So let's start with the C form of the root D, so we're talking about D7 here. The octave shape looks like this. Those notes are D. And now we're going to start the arpeggio from the 6th string. So we'll start on the low 3rd. So we have 3rd, 5th, flat 7, root, 3rd, 5th, flat 7, root, 3rd, 5th. Now let's go on to the A form. So the A form octave looks like this. Again, those are the note D. And the arpeggio shape looks like this. Starting on the 6th string on the 5th of the chord, we have 5th, flat 7, root, 3rd, 5th, flat 7, root, 3rd, 5th, and the flat 7 again. Next, we're on to the G form of the arpeggio. So the octave shape looks like this. Those are the notes D. And now for the arpeggio, starting on the 6th string on the root, root, 3rd, 5th, flat 7, root, 3rd, 5th, flat 7, root. Next pattern is the E form, and the octave looks like this. So that's the octave pattern, those are Ds. And the E shape arpeggio looks like this. Root, 3rd, 5th, flat 7, root, 3rd, 5th, flat 7, root. And finally, we have the D pattern of D. So the root is on the D string. Here is the root, and here is its octave here at the 15th fret. And the arpeggio here starts on the 6th string on the 3rd. So we have 3rd, 5th, flat 7, root, 3rd, 5th, flat 7, root, 3rd. Now, let's try another root. All right, now let's try the root G. So I'm going to start on the E form, and the octave pattern looks like this. And here's the E form of G7. Root, 3rd, 5th, 7th, root, 3rd, 5th, 7th, root. And when I say 7, I mean flatted 7 because it's a dominant chord. So now we're on to the D form. The octave pattern looks like this. And here's the arpeggio. 3rd, 5th, 7th, root, 3rd, 5th, 7th, root, 3rd. And now I'm on to the C form of G7. There's my C form octave, and here's the arpeggio. 3rd, 5th, 7, root, 3rd, 5th, 7, root, 3rd, 5th. Now we have the A pattern, and my octave shape looks like this. And the arpeggio starts on the 5th of the chord on string 6. So starting on the 5th, 5th, 7th, root, 3rd, 5th, 7th, root, 3rd, 5th, And finally, I'm on the G form of G, and I'm going to start all the way up here at the 15th fret, and my pinky's on the root. Now, I don't think I mentioned this in the last G form fingering, that you do have the root here, but you could start on the flat 7, which is right below it. So that is in the pattern technically. I'm going to start at the root though. So we have root, 3rd, 5th, 7, root, 3rd, 5th, flat 7, and then the root again. Now let's go to the exercises. So in the tabbed exercises, we'll be taking the dominant 7th chords around the circle of fourths. If you're not sure what that is, it's going to be shown on screen here. I also have a video on the circle of fourths, so you can check that out. But the circle of fourths will usually start on C, and we'll play all 5 patterns, ascending and descending, of our dominant 7th chords on C, and then we'll go to the next letter in the circle of fourths. That will be F, and we'll play all 5 patterns on F. Then we'll continue through the circle, B flat, and then E flat, A flat, D flat, etc. So let's look at C. I'm starting with an open pattern, meaning I'm going to have open strings. So starting on the low 3rd, and I will play it to the top of the pattern and then back to the bottom of the pattern. So here is the C form of C. So we have then we go to the next pattern. That's the A pattern. Then we have the next pattern, which is the G pattern. Then we have the E pattern. Then we have the D pattern. And that's all 5 shapes of the arpeggio for C7. Then we continue through the circle of fourths. The next root would be F7. Let's get a look. That's it for the caged dominant 7th chord arpeggio. I'm Kimberly Allison from Starliner Music, and I hope to see you back on my channel soon.